I need to do something else to take away mortal sin. Yeah. So this is people say, like in a Protestant tradition, all sin is sin. Doesn't matter what you do. Okay? There is no distinction. All sin is sin. Scripture tells us a different story. All sin is not sin. Meaning that all sin doesn't carry the same weight. Some sins are not deadly, other sins are deadly. Where do we find that? So when we encounter Protestants, okay, they say these things and we cower because we don't know where to go. Okay? So the first letter of John chapter 5. Go there. I think we'll begin with verse 13. So they say that we Catholics are crazy because we make these distinctions, which distinctions are not biblical. That's what they will tell you. Those distinctions are not biblical. All sin is sin, whatever. And what they say is, for them they are the people of the book. They know scriptures, we don't. Okay, that's what they will tell you. Okay, so they deny the existence of venial and those distinctions between venial and mortal sin. But we see it here. Yeah? Beginning with verse 13. I write these things to you so that you may know that you have eternal life. You who believe in the name of the Son of God. And we have this confidence in Him, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. And if we know that He hears us in regard to whatever we ask, we know that what we have asked Him for is ours. If anyone sees his brother sinning, if the sin is not deadly, he should pray to God and He will give him life. This is only for those whose sin is not deadly. There is such a thing as deadly sin, about which I do not say we should pray. All wrongdoing is sin. All wrongdoing is sin, but there is sin that is not deadly. Okay? So that's where we get our distinctions, venial and mortal sins. But what we wanted to bring here to show is that even in the Old Covenant, they recognized that some sins are more serious than others. Okay. So the feast was also the occasion for cleansing the sanctuary from any contamination produced by the presence of sinners. So if you are a sinner, please keep away from the sanctuary. Don't be contaminated. Okay. Yes, so they did all these things, okay? Because we are sinners, we go into the sanctuary and they contaminate it. So they asked to be a day to sanctify the sanctuary, cleanse it from the presence of sinners stepped there. Okay. So the ceremonies in the temple were conducted by the high priest, unaccompanied, and wearing simple priestly vestments made of linen. It was only the day in which they could enter the Holy of Holies. And sometimes they had a rope tied around the high priest. Why? In case he dies in the sanctuary, what do? Because nobody else can enter the Holy of Holies. Yeah.
Father, is there still a Levite or priestly presence in the Jewish faith?
It says that they lost the Levitical priesthood and everything, at least that in tribe, okay? And people give different reasons, okay? So probably they no longer know who is a Levite and who is not, things like that, okay? But also the most important thing is that they lost the temple. The only place where you can offer sacrifice. It's not there anymore. So everything you see Jews going into, basically they go there to study the scriptures. Pardon?
They cannot build no one because.
Did you repeat that? I didn't hear what you said.
They can't build another. Because worship has to be in Jerusalem.
And on the rock is the mosque.
And in Revelation, there, it says one will be built at some point, right?
And
In Revelation.
no, what Revelation basically ultimately says is the New Jerusalem coming from heaven.
But before that, I thought they started sacrificing again in the temple.
No, they want to be, basically the temple, Revelation is talking about, when the Revelation talks about the temple by then is Christ himself. He is the temple. Remember, he himself said,
But prior to that, the Jews began the Holocaust.
the temple was destroyed in 70 AD. We found the temple of Herod was destroyed in 70 AD. After 70 AD, there was no more worship, sacrifice in Israel. The temple was lost.
So
Because I did read too that they were starting to train Levitical priests and they were breeding the line of Hereford cattle
she studies
in Israel right now.
Well, whoever is
The
trying,
Holocaust.
well, yeah, whoever is trying to do that is, it's a reconstruction of whatever. And how are they going to do it? Okay, so people will come up with doing new things, doing whatever, but really it doesn't square up. And of course, ultimately, it can't square up because that temple per se is now a question of history. Because the new worship of the new people of God transcends the building. The story of Jesus and the Samaritan woman. People say, we worship in Jerusalem, you worship in Jerusalem, but we in Gerizim in Samaria. And Jesus says, time will come when you will no longer worship on that mountain or his mountain. Because he is the temple.
But for the simple mind, like,
right.
why can't they build a new temple?
Pardon?
Why cannot build a new temple?
So right now, they can't build a new temple because of the situation right now in Israel. Where there was a temple, there is a mosque.
Can they build another spot?
No.
No.
There would be, but
No, that's why the only thing that remains of the temple of Herod is the western wall. And that's where the Jews go to pray, the western wall.
so is it because the spot was chosen by God that they can't build in another spot?
Basically, God chose to dwell there.
Okay.
It's God's dwelling. And remember we said that you don't build a place of worship anywhere. In the ancient Israel, they had different places of worship, Shechem,
Right.
whatever. So those places, Bethel, because Theophanies took place there. But then when they settled in the Holy Land, Canaan, all worship was centralized in Jerusalem. That's why Jesus, for 30-something years, he went to Jerusalem, to the temple. That's the only place where you can offer sacrifice.
Like we have parishes. There's St. Peter's and then there's all kinds of cathedrals. And
Because now for us, it is, no, you're right to ask, okay? I want to read it straight from the Catechism, what you're asking. It is the Article 1084. So I want you to read it right from you, okay? So that we get, yes. Okay? 1084, 85, okay? Those two. So listen attentively to these two articles from the Catechism. Seated at the right hand of the Father, that is 1084, and pouring out the Holy Spirit on his body, which is the church, Christ now acts through the sacraments he instituted to communicate his grace. Whenever there is sacrament, okay. So the sacraments are perceptible signs, giving words and actions, accessible to our human nature by the action of Christ and the power of the Holy Spirit. They make present efficaciously the grace that they signify. Okay? In other words, when someone tells you to come to St. Anne's, when you reach St. Louis, what do you see? You see a sign there. It says St. Anne Catholic Church. But that sign is not the church. That sign is pointing to the church. Sacraments are not signs in that sense. They are signs which embody the very reality they point to. Okay? So that's why we call them efficacious signs. They not only point to Christ, they embody the mystery. So that's why the Eucharist does not point to Jesus. The Eucharist is Jesus. Oftentimes we use Christian or wrong language when we say Jesus in the Eucharist. Jesus is not in the Eucharist. Jesus is the Eucharist. He didn't say, I am in the bread. He said, this is my body. What you see, this is my body. I'm not in there hiding. Okay? So now for the purposes of the question you asked, so the Jews had only one temple in Jerusalem, but we have churches everywhere. Okay? And in every church there is the Blessed Sacrament. Even in one parish, we have the Blessed Sacrament there. We have the Blessed Sacrament here in the chapel. So where do we worship? Okay? So listen to what the Catechism says, 1085. In the liturgy of the church, the worship of God, in the liturgy of the church, it is principally His own Paschal mystery. His own Paschal mystery. We don't do our own thing. It is His. That's why we always say, you will hear people say, well, liturgy is the work of the people. Okay, not accurate. Liturgy is the work of Jesus Christ. Because He is the only one who offers perfect worship, which worship is acceptable to the Father. We only offer through Him, with Him, and in Him. So liturgy is our work by invitation. Christ invites us to join in His work. Primarily, it is His work for our redemption. And then we are invited, and indeed we offer, we worship back by way of invitation. Okay, so in the liturgy of the church, it is principally His own Paschal mystery that Christ signifies and makes present. Okay, listen attentively. During His earthly life, Jesus announced His Paschal mystery by His teaching and anticipated it by His actions. When His hour comes, He lives out the unique event of history which does not pass away. Let's repeat that again. When His hour comes, what is the hour of Jesus? Remember, sometimes He says, my hour has not yet come. What is the hour of Jesus?
His crucifixion.
Passion, death, resurrection. That is the hour of Jesus. And when the hour is inaugurated, the hour does not pass away. So it's not 60 minutes. Okay? When we talk about the hour of Jesus, it does not, once it is inaugurated in time and space, it transcends time and space. Okay? And it does not pass away. So when His hour comes, He lives out the unique event of history which does not pass away. Jesus dies, is buried, rises from the dead, and is seated at the right hand of the Father, once for all. His Paschal mystery is a real event that occurred in our history, but it is unique. All other historical events happen once, and then they pass away, swallowed up in the past. So usually we say history repeats itself. No, it doesn't.
Otherwise, not history.
There could be mistakes made by other people, which other people have done and things like that, but history does not repeat itself. Like today will not come back. Although tomorrow will be another day, 24 hours, it's not today. Today is not yesterday. So history does not repeat itself. Once it happens, and it's buried in the, swallowed up in the past. That is not the hour of Jesus. Okay? So all historical events happen once, and then they pass away, swallowed up in the past. The Paschal mystery of Christ, by contrast, cannot remain only in the past. It indeed took place, but it cannot only remain in the past, because by his death, he destroyed death, and all that Christ is, and all that Jesus Christ is, all that he did and suffered for all men, all he is, all he did and suffered for all of us, participates in divine eternity. And because it participates in divine eternity, and eternity does not pass away, therefore, that which he did for our salvation, which participates in divine eternity, does not pass away. That's why even Scripture talks about the cross in glory. Okay? Because it does not pass away. Okay? So, because it participates in divine eternity, and so transcends all times while being made present in them all. So, he continues his present all time, and he transcends all time at the same time. Because his unique sacrifice, his unique event, is not like any other historical event. It's not swallowed up in the past. So, whenever his divinity is, whatever he did for our salvation is present there. Because he's our, as it says here, all that he did and suffered for all participates in divine eternity. So the event of the cross and the resurrection abides, and it draws everything toward life. So because it participates in divine eternity, so Christ is present everywhere his divinity is. So through the power of his priesthood, because it says, I will be with you until the end of the age, or until the end of time. How? Through the ministry of the priesthood. That's why the priesthood is so vital. So through that mystery of the priesthood, which makes present the reality of the Eucharist, yes. So sacrifice can be everywhere that is. Okay, because I will be present with you until the end of the age. That's why the priesthood is so vital. We can't exist as church apart from the priesthood. That's why you notice today there are so many attacks to the priesthood, because its existence perpetuates the actual incarnate presence of Christ among us. So,
And the family father, because
unfortunately, the priesthood has been attacked, from without, but unfortunately, it has been attacked from within. Okay? Even by priests themselves. So that's why we need to pray for the priests. Because the devil knows their existence perpetuates everywhere the presence of the mystery of salvation.
and the family, because if it manages to destroy holy families,
Yes.
which are the seed of the priesthood,
Yes.
then
It's all intertwined. Yes, it's all connected. Let's take a break.
I